Hi guys, welcome to the Cyber Sword Skills Tech Bites. So today we're going to talk about how we can design secure networks and applications. So when I talk about designing secure networks, essentially I'm talking about the infrastructure that we can go ahead and put in place to deliver our application in a highly secure manner. When we go ahead and decide how we want to go about designing secure networks, there are quite a few things that we need to take into account. Obviously, a network system is a combination of many different components working as one to provide the ultimate security for your applications and your digital asset. So we're going to have a transaction coming through the internet. So I'm going to be building this in a very simplistic way. So you can see here we have our internet connectivity coming in onto your enterprise, and then at that point we're going to have a demarcation point or break point, where traffic actually enters onto your network. So here I'm going to draw something, another device here, and this is essentially our firewall. So you're going to hear the term firewalls quite a lot, but essentially what this is a network device that allows you to go ahead and do a lot of traffic filtering in terms of checking specific type of traffic, web traffic, email traffic, encrypted traffic, and so on. And you can provide the protection and decide if that traffic is allowed to come through within our network. So firewalls are quite common and probably by far the most popular when it comes to putting in place the first line of defense onto your network infrastructure. So once you have a firewall in place, some of these devices are sometimes a bit limited in terms of what they do. For example, here we have the ability to go, yes, stop connectivity is coming in, but we might not have the ability to look at the full content when it comes to the traffic flowing through our network. So we could have another device internally. As you can see here, I'm going to draw another device called IPS/IDS. So these are quite popular when it comes to looking into malware at the network level, and increasingly some of the IPS/IDS are now also providing a decryption where you can actually look at the content that is embedded onto the a trusted transaction, using things like SSL, secure circuit layers. So the IPS is going to give us the ability to look at traffic coming through our network. We're scanning for malware. Sometimes we're scanning for specific patterns, looking for malware. And some IPS/IDS even offer rules where we can go ahead and look at the behavior of the traffic before deciding something is good or bad. Then we can go further at this other layer where we can have what we call an ADC, right? So again, I'm just building up on some of the core blocks when it comes to the secure networks design. So an application delivery controller can actually do quite a few things. So first we can go ahead and protect our applications, right? So some of the ADC will have a web application firewall incorporated. So this is a firewall that works closely to protect application. But we can also have the traditional optimization at this level, okay, where we have our ADC providing things like caching, compression, acceleration, to speed up a delivery of our application. And then beyond it, we can have multiple different zones. As you can see here, for example, this could be our applications for our web applications. And here we can also have our application, but this is the another layer, and then finally we have another set of application here representing, for example, our database. Okay, so this is the application logic in terms of the transaction. This is presenting all the content as the initial front end for application. This is providing the business logic, and this is providing the database where we're going to be holding specific data. So traffic must flow through via our internet connection, through our firewall, going through our IPS/IDS, going through our ADC, and then finally, depending on where traffic is going to, we can go to our backend system. So you can see here at every single layer, we have the opportunity to provide some sort of monitoring, right? So each one of these devices, we can have a monitoring network here where we are capturing all the logs, the events related to security, related to the ability of the application to transact information, and also logs related to what's happening to those devices in general. So monitoring is certainly key when it comes to designing our secure networks. So what have we talked about? We talked about firewalls as a first line of defense, very fundamental when it comes to secure networks. We talked about IPS RDS, the ability to go ahead and look at the network traffic and look at malware in terms of content, in terms of traffic going through our network, and also the ADC, which is increasingly popular when it comes to load balancing application, but also providing some sort of security at the very granular application level. And depending on how the network is designed, you might also have that you have different zones, as you can see here, where the web application are separated at the network level, the application logic servers are separated, and then finally the database are separated. Again, this is to provide different layers of protection, as you can see here, different zones of our application. So there's probably a lot more to it than just this, but hopefully this gives you a basic understanding of how to build secure application stacks, which is essentially what we do at iCyber-Security, but this gives you a bit of a framework on how to operate if you're going to be designing secure networks. Thank you.